Okay, on to step 6. We are going to drag a cylinder out from the basic shapes menu. We are going to make that 4.75 on the X, 4.75 on the Y, and on the Z, we are going to make that 12. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we have to center this cylinder on top of each of these legs. So I am going to try to just basically get it there, and then we are going to change the view and make sure it is perfectly centered. So I'm going to go to my top view. You can see I'm slightly off, and remember I still have my snap grid set at 0.1. So I'm going to select that, and I'm just going to nudge it till it looks like it's perfectly centered. And I can zoom in and turn it around. Looks like it's perfectly centered. We just need to nudge it down. So I'm going to select it, and I'm just using my down arrow to move it down. And what we're wanting to do is we're wanting it to sit square on the top of that leg. We don't want it to go too far down. So like if you see it, you know what, guys, I told you to do the wrong thing. I told you to do the down arrow, and I shouldn't have. It should be on your keyboard. I believe it is the control and the down arrow. On mine, it's the command and the down arrow. We go to the front. And then I'm going to scroll back, and you can see how far off I got. So I need it to go back, and I'm just using my arrows to make sure it is completely in the right location. You need it sitting square on the top. And the reason we can't use the align tool is, remember, we group these together. So if we say align to the middle, it's going to align right here, the middle of this complete shape, not just one leg. So here we can see that we are kind of off. So I'm going to select that again. And I think I went down too far. I'm going to move it up. Looks like I'm still down too far. And I'm seeing that where that orange and that yellow blend together. That's where I'm seeing that. And that's looking really good. I'm going to scroll in, see if I can see where we need to be. And that's looking really good to me. Looking like I'm sitting pretty square on top of it. I'm right there. And, I'm going to move it down just a hair. So I'm 1/10 of a millimeter inside the yellow, just to be sure that they are touching. So then I am going to scroll back out a little bit, and I'm going to select just the orange, and I'm going to hit duplicate. And then now we have to move that one onto the other leg. Now it should be about the right height. It should be exactly the right height. Actually, we just need to get it into the right position. So I'm going to get it almost there, and I'm going to go up to the top, and I can see that I'm off again. So I'm going to click it, and I'm going to move it using my arrows just until I'm where I think I'm lined up. Click off of it so I don't have that mess. That's looking pretty good to me. Looks like I'm pretty square in the center. Yep. All right, we're going to go with it at that. So at this point, we know that where we're at, and we've got them connected and centered on the legs. So what we need to do is we are going to duplicate them and move it off to the side. So I should have 1, 2, 3 shapes here when I select these. And I do. I am going to hit the duplicate button, and I'm going to move one of these off to the side. They kind of look like big bird legs with that yellow and that orange now, don't they? Okay, so we're going to select the legs and the cylinders of the original set and group them, making them one piece. So this is the original set. I'm going to select them. Should have 3. I do. I'm going to group them. And now I have one set of legs. What I am concerned about is that line there. I should not have a line there if they are touching. So let me zoom out. I'm going to show you how to fix that. I'm going to ungroup them. I'm going to select one of these, and I am going to nudge it down 2 millimeters, or 2.2 millimeters. Picture it's really sitting in there, and I'm going to do the same thing with these back here. So they're the same size before I forget. And let's just check that top view again. Make sure nothing got off. Doesn't look like it. So I'm going to select them. And again, I should have 3 shapes. I do. I'm going to hit group. Still have a line. Zoom in. I know they have to be connected because you can actually see where they're sitting. So I'm just going to assume that's a trick that Tinkercad is playing with us right now and go with it like that. Because I honestly do not think, usually you have a line if the pieces are touching. And honestly, I think those pieces are touching. I'm 99% confident those pieces are touching. So we're going to go with it like that. I'm going to go back to the house, and I am going to say that's it for this section, and click off, and I will see you tomorrow with the next one.